Assalomu alaykum hammaga. Bugun sizlar bilan ozginagina break time qilamiz. Ozgina bo'lsa ham retseptlardan dam olib, maza qilib dam olamiz. Men hayvonlarni juda ham yaxshi ko'raman va biz hayvonlarni ko'rishga bordik. Eng yaxshi ko'rgan hayvonlarim bu meni fil, maymun va sherxonlarni yaxshi ko'raman. Sizga qanaqa hayvonlar yoqadi? Ozgina bo'lsa ham hayvonlarni yaqindan videoga olishga harakat qildim. Qani bo'lmasam bizlar bilan bo'ling va zerikmaysiz albatta. Qani bo'lmasa birgalikda tomosha qilamiz.
Out there, those are some of my friends. Those are Mary, Inzi, Oliver, and Pelly. This is our largest troop of gorillas that we have here at Busch Gardens. We do actually have 6 gorillas at Busch Gardens, however, but we have 4 out here on the habitat. Up top, we have another one of our keepers that are up at the higher toss point up here. So they're all actually going to go hang out in their station spots. And Shelly's going to toss some, I believe, tomatoes out. She's going to throw a couple to them, and then she's going to kind of spread it around. That helps them to forage for items. The reason why though she ends up tossing them to them directly is that way nobody displaces anyone. Say if like Indy back there got a tomato first, Mary is the dominant one here, she's gonna go grab that from him immediately because nobody messes with Mary. Mary's 34 years old, and then we have her daughter that's out here as well, Pelly, who is 19, and then Mary also has a son out here too, who is 5. Oliver, he's going to be the one that's over there by the hammock. Inzi is also out there. He is 7. He is actually Pelly's kid. If you guys notice, so the gorillas actually have a lot of different variety of diet out there. You can see all over the ground we have kale and iceberg. They're actually right now getting tossed the tomatoes. They actually eat about 45 to 50 pounds of food a day. That's per gorilla. Like I did say, we have 6 gorillas here, and I also take care of 4 chimpanzees too. So we get a lot of food in every single day. We thank our nutrition team quite a lot for that as well. And their diet changes every single day as well. So some days of the week they get the iceberg, the kale. Other days they'll get romaine. And then the vegetables and fruits are change up every day as well. So some days they'll get tomatoes, they'll get cucumbers, celery, things like that. And yes, they do eat all of that. So we also rotate animals throughout the day too. So you might come back through the Miami Reserve later on, you might see different gorillas out here. But that's also all dependent on if this troop right here decides that they want to go inside. We don't ever force the animals to do anything they don't want to. Say if we called them in and they decided not to, that's totally fine. They just wanted to hang out a little bit longer. These guys, it's about to rain. They love the rain. So we actually might have them stay out a little bit longer than that. Our other gorillas that we do have inside of our night enclosure, they're not too fond of the rain. So we might have them just hang out a little bit longer here. But we do rotate them throughout the day. Our other two gorillas that are inside the night enclosure, we have Belingo, who's 15, and then we have Kashina, who is 49 years old, which is pretty cool, right? In the wild, gorillas, they typically live around about 20 and 30. But in managed care like this, we can actually see them in their 40s and 50s. And the oldest gorilla we've actually ever seen was about 63 years old. I could just say Kashina is here, she's 49. Her father actually is in Atlanta. He's about 60 years old. If you guys are looking out there, this is the female. When Enzi back there, he starts to grow up, he'll start to kind of turn into what we call a silverback, which if you look on the screen, you can see there. Now a silverback is a term whenever a male is fully grown and becomes an adult, he matures. Kind of like us when we go through puberty, we start getting facial hair and stuff. They start getting that silver coloration on their back. Right now, Enzi and Oliver are considered blackbacks. But the type of gorilla that they are, these are called Western Lowland gorillas. This is actually the only species of gorilla that you will find over here in the Western Hemisphere, so like in the United States. But there's also another species called the Eastern Lowland gorilla. And then there's two subspecies, which are the mountain and the crossover. Now gorillas, their biggest threat is actually habitat loss. For something that's really simple to help out with, they suffer from coltan mines. Coltan is a mineral that is found in electronics like your cell phones, your laptops, computers, all those different types of things. It helps to keep your battery from overheating. So one thing you guys can do at home is, say if you're getting a new cell phone or something like that, you can take it to your provider, they can recycle that for you and it can be remated into a new electronic as well. So that helps save gorillas' homes, but all the other animals that also live in the Congo region. So that's actually Central Southern Africa. So there's lots of different animals that live there that can help protect, like the chimpanzees as well. And he's probably gonna go find his brother. They love to play, love to wrestle around, love to have fun. You guys have any questions? Feel free to come over and ask, raise your hand, shout it out. If you wanna know what my favorite food is, it's lobster. Those of you just joining us here, this is our larger troop of gorillas. So this is Mary, Enzi, Oliver, and Pelly. Now, a couple other cool things you guys can look out here is you might see hanging around some of the places. Those are called feeder boards. We call that enrichment. Enrichment is anything we use to stimulate an animal mentally and physically and also enhance the environment. So we have all this natural enrichment out there as well, like the deadfall, the hammocks, the termite mound you guys can see here by the window. That's all to encourage natural behaviors. Like we can put jams or jellies and stuff like that inside of the termite mound, and they have to use tools like sticks or twigs to figure out how to get that out because they can't use their fingers or their tongue. So they have to use that mental stimulation to figure out how to do that. Same thing with those feeder boards over there. They'll have to use sticks or twigs to get the food out of the little holes. But we have many different types of enrichment. We can use different types of like...
In general is that every species of rhino is actually endangered. And that is because the bad guys just want them for their horns. But we just learned that their horns are made out of keratin, just like your fingernails. Little Peter lost a finger. He can only count until 8 now. Also on the left, we saw the black rhino and a couple of our reticulated giraffe, as well as the Adex and we have everyone there. We have the male, the females, and a couple of the babies. We're almost back to the Nairobi train station. The Nairobi train station is the station closest to Antopia.
Hi.
Hadi nima qilishyapti? O'ynashyaptimi? Qara yoning kelyapti yana. O'tib ketishyapti. Hadichani yoning keldi yana. Hello degan. Ana kelyapti. Ovqat kuturib charchadi bular.